The dramatic rise of Yahoo to the most valuable internet company in the world, valued $128 billion at its peak, and having an opportunity to buy Google for just $1 million in 1997, to its inevitable fall to being bought by Verizon at just $4 billion, which was just a fraction of what it was worth. In 1990s, the internet was a mess, and there were no search engines like we have today. It was a world without Google. So Jerry Yang and his friend from college, David Philo, made a list of all the websites they liked and divided them into categories, like a directory. And they forwarded this list to their friends, who shared it to their other friends, and soon they were getting thousands of people viewing the list. They had not planned it to be a business, but just for their own convenience to have their favorite websites all in one place. And they called it Jerry and David's Guide to the World Wide Web. In 1994, Netscape launched a web browser called Netscape Navigator and added Jerry and David's directory in their list at the top. Within a few months, their directory was getting millions of views. Jerry and David had to invest in servers to handle the traffic coming in and hire people to add new websites to the directory. So Jerry and David had no choice but to make it a company. They decided to name it Yahoo, an amusing, fun vibe they were looking for. Yahoo officially claims that this stands for yet another hierarchical officious oracle. Once the name was set, they had to figure out how to make money from this business, which wasn't hard because Yahoo became an entry point to the internet for most people. Being so user-friendly, with so much traffic coming in, companies were willing to pay them to put up banner advertisements on their website. They had the data of which categories of websites people were clicking on the most. They knew what type of products and services to develop according to what was in demand. They could see that the people were clicking on chatting sites, games, finance, sports, so they built Yahoo chat rooms, Yahoo Shopping, Yahoo Finance, Yahoo Sports, and by the year 2000, they had 400 different products and services. From being just a directory in the internet, Yahoo became the internet. Everything was available at one place. In just 6 years of starting the company had a market cap of $128 billion, making it the largest internet company in the world. During this time, 2 students came to Yahoo to sell their own startup for just $1 million, which was a very small amount for Yahoo, but they declined the offer. Unfortunately, the little company was Google, and this decision became one that changed everything for Yahoo. After the dot-com bubble burst, the stock prices of internet companies crashed, and many went bankrupt. Yahoo was hit hard by the crash. Many of the companies that paid Yahoo for advertisements reduced their ad spend or went completely bankrupt. The directory system that was being manually updated was not very efficient any longer. There were many new websites on the internet to keep track. Google had created a way better system to help find the right website that people were looking for. So many of Yahoo users were now using Google. Now Yahoo approached Google to integrate Google Search into Yahoo websites so that people would come to Yahoo homepage instead of directly going to Google. But this was a big mistake because Google Search was really good and Yahoo was giving them free advertising by being on their websites. Google introduced ads in their search results and they had an algorithm to match the right advertisements to the right search results. So more of Yahoo advertisers switched to Google as it was cheaper and showed right advertisements to the relevant customers. And Google used all this money that they were making to make deals with other internet companies like Mozilla Firefox and became their default search engine. Google was making a lot of money through their ad system. In comparison, Yahoo banner ads were not as effective and were expensive. So Google was stealing Yahoo's users and advertisers as well. So Yahoo went back to Google to buy the company. But this time, Google asked for $1 billion and eventually Yahoo agreed. But by then, Google increased the price to $5 billion and the deal was just not happening. So Yahoo removed Google's site from Yahoo and built their own Yahoo Search to compete. But it was too late by then. Google had captured the market and was better at the game. Yahoo realized that they had to focus on other services, and later in 2006, Yahoo had a meeting with Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, and a deal was agreed to sell Facebook for $1 billion. Mark didn't really want to sell the company, but the board of Facebook insisted to sell it if it's $1 billion being offered. At the last minute, Yahoo tried to negotiate and offered $850 million instead. Zuckerberg was delighted and left the meeting without selling the company, as it's not $1 billion being offered. Once again, Yahoo missed out on a company that is today worth almost $1 trillion. They even missed out on deals from eBay and YouTube. Imagine how the internet would have been if Yahoo had bought Google Facebook and YouTube. The real reason Yahoo fell off the top is not really the fact that they missed out on buying Google or Facebook or YouTube, because at that time, these companies were really small and they were just startups. There is certainly no guarantee that they would become so successful if Yahoo was to acquire them, because the most important reason Yahoo declined was not the competition, but its own messy internal management. An employee at Yahoo wrote a memo of all the issues the company needed to look into. This later became known as the Peanut Butter Manifesto, metaphorically using how peanut butter is spread to how the company is spreading their focus on all the services and products, so it's focusing on everything and nothing specifically. On a company retreat, the employees were asked to write what comes into their mind when they heard a company name. For Google, they wrote search. For eBay, they wrote auctions. For PayPal, they wrote payments. But for Yahoo, everyone had a different answer. The employees themselves did not know what Yahoo was or what they wanted to be. They lacked direction. Basically, they were an example of jack of all trades but master of none. Despite all this mess, in 2008, Microsoft felt that Google was becoming too powerful and that they should join forces. So Microsoft offered to buy Yahoo for $44 billion, but Yahoo turned the offer down, saying that the company was worth more. Just a few months later, Yahoo's share price dropped, making the company value come down to $14 billion, less than one-third of the price offered by Microsoft. Yahoo kept changing its CEOs. They had 5 CEOs changed in 6 years, and none of them had a vision for the company's growth, creating more chaos in the company. When mobile internet started taking off, Yahoo was very slow to adapt. Yahoo phone apps were really bad compared to its competitors, so eventually Yahoo Mail got replaced by Gmail. Yahoo Shopping got replaced by Amazon. Yahoo Messenger by WhatsApp. When Yahoo had began their directory, it was solving a genuine problem in the market. But when Google Search took over, Yahoo lost its vision, and they started focusing on different services and managed everything, but in a very average way, so being replaced by better competitors. At one point, Yahoo was the internet, the biggest company in the world. But through a combination of poor management decisions, competition, average products, and poor leadership, the company lost it all. In 2017, Yahoo was bought for just $4.4 billion by Verizon, which is less than 1/10 of the price offered by Microsoft. Eventually in 2021, Verizon sold Yahoo again because they couldn't save it either. Some of the products of Yahoo still get some traffic, for example Yahoo Mail, because many of the accounts were set up years ago and the users did not update to Gmail yet. So that pretty much concludes the story of Yahoo and the lesson you can draw from it. The importance of having a clear vision for your business. If you enjoyed the video, do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you would like to watch more of these videos. So until next time.